December. The time when snow blankets the world in silent white. But beneath that purity, things move. Things watch. Things remember. Tonight, 3 stories. From 3 frozen nights where the snow didn't bring peace, it brought terror. Where footprints appeared with no one to make them. Where snowmen watched from yards. And where the cold didn't just chill bones. It preserved horrors. These are not Christmas tales. These are snow night nightmares. Story 1, The Snowman That Watched. The first story comes from Frostwood, Vermont. Population 1207. The kind of town where everyone knows everyone, and nothing bad ever happens. Until the winter of 2018, the Miller family, John, Sarah, and their 8-year-old daughter, Lily, had just moved into the old Henderson house on Elm Street. The house had been vacant for 10 years. The previous owners left suddenly. No explanation. The real estate agent said it was a job relocation. The neighbors whispered other things. Their first night in the house, it snowed. Not just snowed, a blizzard. The kind that blankets everything in perfect white silence. Lily was thrilled. "Can we build a snowman tomorrow?" she asked. "Of course," Sarah said, smiling. That night, John heard something. A scraping sound from the backyard, like something being dragged through snow. He looked out the window. The backyard was empty. Just fresh, unbroken snow glowing in the moonlight. The next morning, Lily ran to the window. "Mommy, Daddy, someone built a snowman." John and Sarah looked. There in the center of their backyard stood a snowman, perfectly formed, about 5 feet tall, with coal for eyes and a mouth and a carrot nose. It wore John's old scarf, the one he'd left on the porch bench the night before. "John?" Sarah asked, confused. "I didn't build it," he said. They asked the neighbors. No one had built it. The snow around the snowman showed no footprints, none leading to it, none leading away, as if it had simply appeared. That night, John heard the scraping sound again. He went to the window. The snowman was still there, but now it was facing the house. Before, it had been facing the woods. Now its coal eyes seemed to stare directly at Lily's bedroom window. John went outside. The snow was untouched except for his own footprints. The snowman stood frozen, its scarf flapping slightly in the wind. John reached to remove his scarf. As his fingers touched the fabric, he heard a whisper, so faint he thought it was the wind. Cold. He jerked his hand back, looked at the snowman's face. The coal eyes seemed darker, deeper. He went inside, locking the door behind him. The next day, the snowman had moved again. Now it was right against the house, directly under Lily's window. The snow around it was disturbed this time, as if it had walked there. Sarah called the police. Officer Daniels arrived. He took one look at the snowman and went pale. "You need to leave," he said quietly. "Why?" John asked. "The Hendersons, the previous owners, their daughter built a snowman every winter. The day before they disappeared, the snowman was right where yours is now. Under her window." "What happened to them?" Sarah asked. "Officially, they moved. But their car was found in a ravine 50 miles away, empty. No bodies, just gone. And in the back seat, a melted snowman's carrot. That night, they decided to destroy the snowman." John went out with a shovel. As he approached, the snowman's head turned, slowly, creakily, like ice cracking. The coal mouth moved. Lily's friend. John swung the shovel. The snowman's head flew off. It didn't shatter like ice. It thudded like something solid, something heavy. From the next stump, dark liquid oozed. Not water. Something thicker. Something that steamed in the cold air. John ran inside. They packed that night. Left at dawn. As they drove away, Lily looked back.
"Daddy, the snowman's waving goodbye."
In the rearview mirror, John saw it. The headless snowman standing by the road. One stick arm raised, waving. The house stands empty again. But every winter when the first snow falls, a snowman appears in the yard. And every night it moves closer to the house, waiting for someone new to play with. Story 2, The Ski Lodge That Forgot. High in the Colorado Rockies, there's a ski lodge that doesn't appear on maps. The White Pine Lodge. It only appears during blizzards. When skiers get lost, when visibility drops to 0, then they see its lights through the snow. A warm, inviting glow promising shelter. In December 2019, a group of 5 college friends went skiing at Aspen Peak. Mark, Chloe, Ryan, Jessica, and Ben experienced skiers all, but the weather turned faster than forecast. One moment, blue skies. The next, whiteout conditions. They got separated from the group, lost, cold, then they saw lights through the trees, a lodge. A sign, White Pine Lodge, welcome. The door opened before they could knock. A man in his 60s with a kind face smiled. Come in, come in. You'll freeze out there. The lodge was cozy. Fire roaring. Christmas decorations. The smell of hot chocolate. Other guests sat in armchairs reading or sipping drinks. All smiling. All peaceful. They were given rooms. Told dinner would be at 7. As Chloe unpacked, she noticed something odd. The calendar in her room showed December 12, 1987. She mentioned it to Mark. He checked his room. Same calendar, 1987. At dinner, they met the other guests. All pleasant. All vague about how long they'd been there. A few days, one said. Time flies when you're cozy, said another. After dinner, Ryan tried to call for help. The phone lines were dead. The radio in the lobby crackled with static. Then a voice came through. If you can hear this, leave. They don't. Static. Trapped. Static. The voice cut off. That night, Ben couldn't sleep. He went to the lobby for water. The fire was still roaring, though no one had added wood. He looked at the guest book on the front desk. Flipped through it. Every entry was dated December 12, 1987, page after page. The same dates. Over and over. The last entry read, weather terrible.
Staying another night.
So grateful for this place. The Miller family. He turned the page. The next entry, weather terrible.
Staying another night.
So grateful for this place. The Miller family. Same handwriting. Same entry. For 50 pages. He ran back to wake the others. We need to leave now. They packed quickly. Went to the front desk. No one there. The door was locked. Not just locked. There was no handle on the inside. The kind old man appeared from the shadows, still smiling. Leaving so soon? The storm's still raging. Let us out, Mark demanded. Oh, I can't do that, the man said. You see, storms are how we get new guests. And we do so love company. The other guests appeared from their rooms, still smiling, their eyes empty. You'll get used to it, one said. The first day is the hardest. Chloe ran to a window, tried to open it. It wouldn't budge. Outside, through the glass, she saw something impossible. The same snow pattern as when they arrived. The same footprints. Frozen in time. They were trapped in December 12, 1987. A day that never ended. They tried everything. Breaking windows, the glass didn't crack. Starting a fire, the smoke wouldn't rise. Screaming for help, their voices didn't carry. Days passed. Or what felt like days. The clocks never moved. The sun never rose. Just eternal twilight. Eternal snow. Then they discovered the truth. In the basement. A room filled with frozen bodies. Guests from over the decades. Preserved perfectly in the cold. Still wearing the clothes they arrived in. Still with terror on their frozen faces. The lodge wasn't a shelter. It was a collection. And they were the newest additions. How they escaped is a story for another time. But only 3 of them made it out. Mark and Jessica didn't. Sometimes during Colorado blizzards, skiers report seeing 5 figures through the snow. 3 running, 2 standing still watching, and behind them, warm lodge lights that promise safety but deliver eternity. The White Pine Lodge still appears during storms, still welcomes guests, still collects, and in its basement, 2 new frozen faces wait beside the old ones, Mark and Jessica, still smiling, like all the guests do eventually. Story 3: The Road of Whispering Snow. Route 17 in upstate New York is beautiful in winter, a winding road through forests and hills. But there's a 10-mile stretch known locally as the Whispering Mile. They say the snow there remembers, and sometimes it speaks. January 2021, David and Emma, newly engaged, were driving to visit Emma's parents. They took Route 17 to avoid highway traffic. A snowstorm began just as they entered the forested section. The snow fell so heavily that David had to slow to 20 mph. The world became a white tunnel, just their headlights in the falling snow. That's when they heard it. A voice coming from outside, a woman's voice whispering. "Can you hear that?" Emma asked. David turned down the radio. The whisper came again, clearer. "Help me." He stopped the car. "Someone's out there." They peered into the white, nothing, just snow. The whisper came again, now from the other side of the car. So cold. Then they saw her. A figure in a white dress, standing in the middle of the road ahead, barefoot, in a blizzard. David got out. "Are you okay?" The woman turned. Her face was pale, her eyes dark. "I can't find my way home." "We can give you a ride," Emma called from the car. The woman smiled, a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Thank you." She got in the back seat, brought cold air with her. The temperature in the car dropped instantly. "I'm Alice," she said. "I was going to a Christmas party. My car. It went off the road." "Where?" David asked. "Just up ahead." "Can you take me there?" They drove. Alice directed them. Left here, then right here, deeper into the woods, down roads that shouldn't exist, unplowed, untraveled. Finally, they reached a clearing. In the center stood a ruined house, burned, blackened timbers against white snow. "My party," Alice said, her voice suddenly flat. "We're here." David and Emma exchanged looks. "This was wrong. I think we should take you to a hospital," Emma said. "No," Alice said. "The party's just starting." She opened her door, got out, walked toward the ruined house. David and Emma followed, concerned. The house wasn't just burned. It was frozen. Ice coated everything. And inside, figures frozen in place. People in party clothes caught in mid-celebration, their faces preserved in expressions of terror. Alice walked among them. "My friends, they've been waiting." Then she turned to David and Emma. Her face changed. The pleasant mask dropped. Her skin became translucent, showing ice beneath. "Stay for the party. It lasts forever here." They ran back to the car. The engine wouldn't start, too cold. Alice appeared at the window. "The cold preserves. It keeps things fresh." Other figures emerged from the woods, all in party clothes, all frozen, all moving stiffly, ice cracking with each step. David tried the engine again. It turned over. They sped away. In the rearview mirror, they saw Alice standing in the road, watching them leave. Then she faded into the snow, becoming part of the storm. They reported it to police. The officer knew the story. "Alice Winter," he said. "December 23rd, 1985. Her family's Christmas party. A fire, everyone died. But Alice's body was never found. Just her footprints leading into the woods. They end at a frozen lake. She's still out there." Emma asked. "Only during snowstorm. Only on that stretch of road. She tries to bring people to the party, to make the cold last forever." David and Emma moved to Florida that spring. They don't miss the snow. But sometimes on cold nights, Emma hears whispers in the air conditioning. And David sees frost patterns on windows that look like a woman's face. And every winter, when New York has its first big snowstorm, another car disappears on Route 17. The police find it, eventually, empty, the engine cold, the seats frosted over, and in the back seat a single perfect snowflake that never melts. 3 snow nights, 3 terrors. The snow covers everything, but it also reveals. It preserves. It remembers. So tonight, when you look out at the falling snow, remember you're not just watching weather. You're watching a blanket being drawn over sleeping horrors. And sometimes, the blanket moves. Sleep well, or don't. The snow doesn't care.